Today guys, in this video review we consider YME project Notice Purpose and Dignity. This video will be in English format, so guys, especially for you, we'll add Russian subtitles for convenience, please and viewing. At present I think it's not a secret how much each person's life has changed with advent of technology. 100 years ago people couldn't communicate exclusively using phone calls or send letters to another city or country. Now thanks to World Wide Web everything has changed. People can easily and effectively share any information, it's easy to find new friends and look for business partners. Someone likes to write articles, someone to communicate in social network. All this is not important. Important thing is that now a person can effectively interact with another person, which is very cool. However, more a person is in World Wide Web, more he develops a decrease of social dependence. And yes, today it is one of the most common problems, but as I think this is not most important problem in entire space of internet, since security of each person must be top notch. Now more companies are most brazen way to use all personal data. Moreover, they are used in completely different areas, ranging from advertisement to some political movements and relation actions. Yes, world of social networks is good and very powerful tool for you as a user, but reverse is what compromises you relative to others. Because I know everything about you, where do you live, where is your dork name, how many times a week do you eat, where you go to work and so on. And what you can protect yourself from this, since modern centralized networks simply don't provide such tools. But there is, and it is hidden in modern technology, use of which will not only protect your personal data from hands of fraudsters, but we also will not allow anyone to use your data without your knowledge. Project which we will talk about today offers a completely correct and safe solution for entire internet space, and we will talk about Project YME today. YME is a unique decentralized social platform that is built on principle of preserving freedom of speech and Islamic ethics. The main task of YME network is to provide a safe, comfortable and secure environment for communication of all its users, excluding such negative factors as racism, pornography, gender inequality and other negative aspects of usual centralized social network. To ensure all these principles will be taken as a basic for creation of YME platform Sharia, which spelled out clearness and harmonious relationship between all people. Why basis YME laid down that Muslim traditional and culture. According to developers around the world, Muslim diaspora is one of the largest diasporas in the world, which has more 1 billion people. Of course, most of them are frequent users of internet, but since centralized social network are so-called platform of freedom of speech, they are against Mozatneza anarchy, where everyone has opportunity to offer someone or publicly often to show some aggressive perceptions of other races or world views. This behavior relative to each other, founders YME think it's not valid. After all, people are not animals, so they should respect each other, take into account some moral and religious principles of different diasporas and be tolerant to each other. So the idea of creating such a unique platform as YME was born. Moreover, uniqueness of YME is not only in some framework or morality, but also in fact that now users will be able to fully maintain their social network without fear for loss of their personal data, since no one will be able to use them without explicit consent from user. At the same time, within framework of YME, you can also easily share streaming content, receiving in return a kind of remuneration due to internet token of project. Also within social network YME, people will be able to help each other in solving some situation, give advice or motivate someone to achieve some goals. In simple words, YME will prepare a favorable ground for exchanges of valuable experience between participants of system, as well as allow them to always in search of new and useful knowledge, clearing to various negative moments, insult and other unpleasant messages. And thanks to introduction of blockchain technology, founders of YME will be able to develop most reliable and fastest public blockchain, and users can once and for all put aside their fears about security of their personal data, as an YME is at maximum level. In general, I believe that such wonderful projects should accept and develop, because this is future of our world. Ideas that YME provides will provide people with a safe and secure environment from scammers, thieves and illegals. At least for this project deserves attention. If you have any question about the project, ask them in the comments under the video, or you can ask a question in the official YME group in Telegram, where they will tell you more about the project. I will not leave you without attention. Links in the description under the video, and I say goodbye to you, thank you for attention, see you next time.